Hi guys, this is David back again with another PC Talk Radio. This is our first podcast of the new year. There's a lot of things to go over. We're starting from scratch. We're starting with a very biased review of the new UB40 album Silhouette. And it's biased because I'm a massive UB40 fan. This is one of the tracks off that new album, History.
And has been rewritten over time. History remains a mystery. You gotta read between the lines. Everything we taught in school, the education we receive, has all been quite contrived. It shouldn't be believed. History remains a mystery and has been rewritten over time. History remains a mystery. You gotta read between the lines. Oh, history is not written by the banquet. Theirs is a telephone number. The winner takes the truth and then we know. And we all take for granted what we taught. History remains a mystery and has been rewritten over time. History remains a mystery. You gotta read between the lines. Everybody have to know them social history, cause the world make all from social mystery. Everybody on the planet DNA combine, and the truth we attack as you will surely find. We get caught in another catastrophe. Don't you read your paper, miss it, don't you watch TV? Cause on the street and on the tongues of people that you meet, things are escalating, miss it faster than we speak. Word is after something we all have to bear. As anguish and frustration, we set on to despair. No denial and more lies is the order of the day. Watch the politicians do so they don't have to pay. Everybody have to know them social history, cause the world make all from social mystery. Everybody on the planet DNA combine, and the truth we attack as you will surely find. Government peddle and pledges to you and me. Increase social injustice and show us no pity. They bring me to the rich and miss it, take it from the poor. Samaritan help you rise up off the board. Everybody have to know them social history, cause the world make all from social mystery. Everybody on the planet DNA combine, and the truth we attack as you will surely find. Refugees led in a military exercise. The scale of destruction, you say can't believe your eyes. Millions of flee from want to find another way. Leaving other no behind to live another day. Everybody have to know them social history, cause the world make all from social mystery.
Okay guys, that was UB40 and History. That's off their new album Silhouette, which is available off their website and through iTunes. And if you purchase it through the website, you can also purchase yourself a signed copy like I did. Okay, it's been 18 months since we last recorded a show, maybe a bit longer. The reason is life got in the way. There was a few things that we had to deal with personally. It's just me in the studio today to do this show and do the album review. Now, as I said at the start, it's going to be a very biased review. I've been a fan of UB40 since I was 5, and so I don't get any questions in relation to what I think about there being 2 UB40s. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one UB40, and that is Ali, Mickey and Astro. My reason for that is the voice of UB40 is Ali. You know, there's no there's no other way of putting it, and that's my take on it. Now, over the next 12 months, we're going to be trying to do 4 episodes per month, so that's 1 episode a week, or 4 a month, depending on whether there's a 5-week month. So, we're going to cover your repair questions for computers, upgrade questions, computer build questions, software questions, and hardware questions as normal. This is just a one-off, and also there's been a few changes. We've come away from Podomatic and we've launched our YouTube channel, which is where you can find this. This is under our YouTube channel, PC Tech Radio, and also we have our new Facebook and Twitter accounts, and we have begun a Patreon campaign. Now, if you enjoy the show and you like the content, you can go to Patreon and donate as much as you want. There are a few set rewards, so if you have any ideas for what we can add to our Patreon campaign, private messages on YouTube or email us at pctechradio@gmail.com. And the same with your questions, private message or leave it in the comments below, and we will answer them as soon as we can. We're going to answer them over the next coming shows. We're going to be doing topical shows like we did before, covering various things that we've been asked to cover. Now we're getting back into the swing of things. Now, this may be all over the place, but like I said, this is an album review of UB40's new album, Silhouette, and since I've got it, I haven't stopped listening to it. It's been the number one played thing on my iPod. I think I've listened to all the tracks at least 40 times. It's an amazing album. UB40 have done something amazing, gone back to their roots of reggae, which is good from my point of view, because they've always been huge supporters and huge promoters of reggae music, and the only thing that I do have one complaint: if I do ever get to meet Ali, Mickey and Astro, I'm going to be taking the album with me because it's missing Astro's signature. So that's the only complaint I have, and big love to Ali, Mickey and Astro, because they've taken back the name of UB40 and produced an amazing album called Silhouette. Now this was, I believe, the first track that was provided as a free download from Ali's site, which is Reggae Music. This is another track off Silhouette, and I hope you guys like it.
All cool people love reggae music. Anytime we play, they just can't refuse it. Over every type of music, they're gonna choose it. People all around the world, they love reggae music. Come on, let the action begin. We love to party and party again. Go tell your family, go tell your friends. The party don't stop till the music ends. Cool people everywhere, they love rock steady. Anytime we play, the people are ready. See the band excited and not dreaded. All the man them love rock steady. All cool people love the reggae vibe. Drums and bass make it got to be alive. Don't worry about the motion, come enjoy the ride. Cool people everywhere love the reggae vibe.
Okay guys, I'm going to cover a couple of questions in the next section, so I'll see you after the rest of the song. Bye.
Go tell your family, go tell your friends, the party don't stop till the music ends. All cool people love reggae music.
because that was reggae music, and that was off UB40's new album, Silhouette. Now, I'm going to cover a couple of questions, and I'll get on with the album review itself. The album review is going to be straightforward. We're going to listen to a couple of tracks, and then I'm going to give my opinion on the album. So, a couple of questions that we've had from ages ago that we should have answered, but obviously life and other things got in the way. Basically, what do we think of Windows 8, and do we think it's going to be worth it? Well, Windows 8's been out for a while now, and as we all know, it had its issues, it had its problems, and it didn't really get over them. People didn't like the look of it. I personally thought that the new start menu was made for a tablet, and I still think it is. 8.1 rectified that, which basically made it look like Windows 7, but now there's Windows 10.1. Now, I haven't had much information on that, but we'll try and grab some information, and I'm, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that Microsoft have gone all out and you're able to do a lot more with it, and do a lot of other things that we hope they're not just spouting, oh yes, you can do this, you can link it with your Xbox, blah 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 blah. I'm just hoping that it's a good operating system, good quality operating system, and that it's reliable, because that's what we need in our computer systems. Now, the new format of the show, we're going to be trying to stick to 30 to 40 minutes per show. We're going to answer your questions when you leave them in the comments. We will check every comment, even if it takes us a couple of weeks, depending on how many comments we get. So you can leave a question. Just, if you leave a question in the comments, please make sure you put question at the front, and then just go from there. And then as soon as we see that, then we can answer those questions once you put them to us. Okay guys, I'm going to play the next track, which is the title track off UB40's new album. This is Silhouette.
Took a walk and pasture high late last night. All the shades were pulled and drawn way downtown from within the dim.
Just to let you know guys, all our links for Facebook, Twitter and our Patreon are going to be in the description box below, including how to leave us a question. If you want a private message on YouTube, Facebook or Twitter, we'll answer the questions on the show when you put them in to us. Okay? Leave you to the song.
Put his arms around your waist, held you tight, kisses I could almost taste in the night, wondering why I'm not the man whose silhouette's on the shade. I couldn't hide the tears in my eyes. Silhouette, 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 style. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. Oh.
guys, that was the title track off UB40's new album, Silhouette, and the song was Silhouette. Okay, the next question we had from a while ago was what hard drive would we recommend to use on a regular basis in a computer build? Well, my personal opinion is all the hard drives are the same. Seagate owned Maxter owned somebody else, and so on and so forth. It just comes to your personal preference. The only thing that I would suggest is to get a solid state drive, maybe a 500 gig solid state, and then a couple of 1 terabytes or 2 terabyte additional hard drives to give you additional space. Now, although this may sound crazy, guys, and it may sound all over the place, it's because it's been a long time since I've recorded one of the podcasts by myself, visuals at work, so I'm going to be all over the place for the next couple of shows, but all our links to Twitter, Facebook and our Patreon are going to be in the link of every video. The links that I'm going to include also on this video in particular, because it's the UB40 album review, is all of UB40's links to their Twitter, to their website, and to the album on iTunes. So hopefully you can go and buy your album, and also if you want to keep updated on all their tour dates, you can also use that link to have a look at their tour dates. The next track off the album is one that's quite can be quite personal to people. It's a personal reference, according to the media, of why Ali wrote this song, but I think it's got a wider reaching thing. A lot of people have suffered cyberbullying, especially young teens, and guys, if you listen to the words, hopefully this will give you some courage, and give you something upbeat, because I know what people who bully can be like. I've gone through it myself. Listen to the lyrics, because it just tells you exactly what the cyberbullies are, and they're nothing. They try and intimidate you, they try and put you down, but if you don't let them get to you, you'll be the stronger person for it. So I hope you love this track as I do. As I said, this is a very biased review. So this is, again, from UB40's new album. This is Cyberbully Boys.
Show his face, feeling fewer inhibitions in his private little place, where he remains anonymous, with little fear of consequence, and the viciousness of his internet discourse, obsessed with his own opinions, of course. Tap away, cyberbully boy, kick it up, rumpus, making up noise, but it's only you out there, talking to yourself. You have to live with what you say, screaming madly to your fingertips, words that would have hurt with your lips. Tap, tap away. Cyberbully boy, kicking up ruckus and making up noise, but it's only you out there talking to yourself. Bully, you're not getting through to anybody else. When you lay there, your dirty pants that would have shaped a better man, and you slip up so readily. Expose yourself to raw to see. Tap, tap away. Cyberbully boys, kicking up rum, picking up noise, but it's only you out there shouting at yourself. Bully, you're not getting through to anybody else. Tap, tap away. Cyberbully boy, kicking up rum, making up noise, but it's only you out there talking to yourself. Bully, you're not getting through to anybody else. You're running up your mouth, cyberbully boy. You're running up your mouth, cyberbully boy. You're running up your mouth, cyberbully boy. You're running up your mouth, cyberbully boy.
Okay guys, that was Cyberbully Boys from UB40's album Silhouette. Now, a lot of people may ask or put in the comments, well, why are you doing this? You know, you don't know UB40, you don't know Ali Campbell, you don't know Mickey or Astro. Well, I'm doing it because I love UB40, I love their music. They introduced me to reggae in the most profound way. You know, I found artists like Bob Marley, Winston Groovy, Slow and Robbie. The list just goes on and on and on, and that's all through their music. You know, at the end of the day, yes, they are going through a major thing, but that will be settled, and you know, the truth will out at the end. And I wholeheartedly support Ali, Mickey and Astro because they've given the name UB40 back to the fans. They've given it back to reggae music, and that's my personal opinion, you know. And like I said, Ali is the voice of UB40, always will be. There's no one else, there's nothing else anybody can say to discredit that. And for a guy who put up the first set of money so they could all buy their instruments, you know, that's a big undertaking, a big risk, but saw the opportunity and they took it. So, you know, now enough of that. That's not my place to give my opinion on stuff like that. Now, coming into the album, like I said, when I first got it, I got a signed copy through UB40's website, and the only signature that's missing is Astro's. So Astro, if I could I send it to you guys so that you could sign it? That'd be brilliant. That's all I'm going to ask. And if you guys ever want to come on the podcast to give an interview, I'd be more than happy. Now I know a lot of people are going to probably put in the comments, they won't do that, they won't do that. Well, not being funny, I wouldn't expect them to, because they're on tour at the moment, and not only that, they've got a lot more important things to deal with and a lot more important radio stations, TV shows and things to go on to promote their music. So I wouldn't expect them to come on a podcast. But if you ever did, you know, the invitation is open, and I'd be more than happy to have you guys on.